it? How was a
Um,
pretty amazing feeling.
oh, and we got chat going and everything. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, good.
It was good. I got hired here for, it was the strangest thing. There's an arena here that I shoot at on a regular basis. In fact, some of the last shows I shot before COVID were at this arena. And every time I was there, I would say to the marketing director, "Hey, I realize you have somebody that's a house photographer, but should you ever need somebody, here's my card. Feel free to reach out." They know the radio
Yep.
station. We do a lot of promotion with the venue through the radio station where they're,
Yep.
KCAL promotion shows. And, it was like, yeah, whatever. Okay. Well, about 3 weeks ago on Instagram, because I follow all the arenas I shoot at, I saw a job ad notice that the arena
Oh,
was looking
wow.
for ticket takers and security and bartenders and stuff like that. So I thought, and I just emailed the lady and said,
Yep.
"Hey, just wanted to remind you, if you need a house photographer, I'm available."
Oh,
And
wow.
somebody different answered and went, "Well, because of COVID, they're actually out until September, but ironically, we are looking for a photographer. Do you have a website or an
Oh,
Instagram?"
wow.
Sent them my info. 3 days later, they said, "Yep, welcome to the arena. You're a
Oh.
new house photographer." So I shot my first show Friday night, which was Snoop Dogg
Oh.
and
Yes,
MS
I saw
Bongo.
that. I saw that because I'm a massive Snoop Dogg fan. Like Snoop
Oh,
Dogg
he's
is
so
like the reason that I like it got into hip hop and hip hop culture and like he's like the beginning for me as like a 13-year-old. So like I saw that. I'm like obsessed with Snoop. That's so good.
well. And I've shot him before. I shot him with Warren G, which was
Oh,
awesome,
yep.
an awesome
That would have been
show.
incredible. Yes.
Oh my God, Warren. In some ways, to me, Warren G was just as big, even though he wasn't the headliner. But then this
What year
show
was that? When did you shoot that?
last year, well,
Oh,
right
last
before
year.
COVID,
Oh, right
probably
before. Cool.
January
Awesome.
2020. And
Yeah,
then
awesome.
Friday night, now that I'm a house photographer, I had to do the trade shots. So I had to take a picture of the general manager of the arena with Snoop.
Yep.
And I walk in, and somebody in the room, Captain Lasagna, hey, somebody in the room
Hey.
goes, as I walk in the dressing room, where do you want to shoot him at? I said, well, it's really dark in here. Let's do it over there with the light. Let me just go check it out. And I went over there and I took one test shot, and someone walked up to me and goes, he's not going to move, right? Oh, okay, we'll take the photo over there. And the shots came out great. It was wonderful. He was really
Oh,
nice.
that's
Warren
so
G was
funny.
there, so we got Warren G in the shot too.
I've got to change my guest thing, and let me do that right now. I just realized it's got my last. So get people to follow
Well, the
you
title says
on.
my name.
I know. I just didn't. I've got a little Nightbot thing that
Ah,
goes every few minutes. Did someone just sub? Who was that? Oh, Soy! 12-month subby! Let's go! Thanks, Soy. Good to see you here.
I love it.
You can follow him here. Let me just
I love
update
that Connor is
this.
in here, man. That is so
I
awesome.
know. He's such a legend.
Connor
He is
really,
a...
I've talked to Connor a lot as Adam has been doing Don't Shit on the Bus.
Yes.
And Connor has just learned so much about podcasts and audio, and I just love the dude.
Yeah, he's just one of
Yes,
those...
Connor, we're talking about.
Yeah, we are talking about you. Yes,
It's
Soy,
almost
you'll be
like
getting your jacket too. That's true.
I can hear
Um,
you there, right?
yes, yeah,
Love
yeah. He's just one of those people, like, you just know when there's one of those people in the community that, A, they're really supportive and they're out to help and they're the kind of glue of the community. So, yeah, he's a legend.
Yes.
It's great to see him, and I know he's been helping Adam out with the podcast, which is super exciting. What is going on with my... Oh, that's your window. Hang on a sec. We'll get this all right in a minute, guys. Just live updating. There we go.
Soy is real. I love that handle.
Soy is, yeah. So Soy provides all of my... I've got Butter's music playing today, but I usually have Soy's music playing. He's a streamer, absolute legend, and I often play his stream music on my stream. But today we've got Butter, who's another member of our little clan called The Collective. So shout out to The Collective. What up, Jade? What up, Abby? Nice to see you guys here. We've got Steve here today. For those who don't know Steve is bloody legend. We got to meet a little while ago when Steve was and Adam L. Macias was streaming, and I was on their stream, and we did like a little... It was like a little photo thing. wasn't it? People could. I
Yeah,
submitted
it was.
a photo, and then
Adam called it the
what did you call
photographer
it?
hangout. It was the photographer
Yeah.
hangout, but then we'd have some tour photographer on like yourself and come on and talk. But then we also did the live edits, which was fun.
Yes.
Raw edit
Yes.
challenge.
Yes, and we did the one too with where people could edit one of my photos, and there was all the submissions. Because I remember there was a
Wasn't
rule
that
shot
fun?
It was so fun. It was really cool. It was really great. What up, Tessa? Thanks so much for your 12-month subby. There's a few people that will be getting subby jackets soon, so that's very exciting. They're on order
give
at the moment.
jackets out?
So, yeah, for all my 12-month subscribers, the first 20 people to hit 12 months, I decided to give back to all those people that basically supported me last year when I didn't have any income. So I've ordered some actual bomber jackets that have 12 written on the back, which is very cool. So they'll be getting those in the next few months. Yes. Yeah, I've got the set. Jade.
Okay, so here's the question. Regardless of where they are?
Yes.
Like you'll ship those anywhere?
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to get people to pay for shipping. So shipping will be whatever that costs. But the actual jackets, they're very expensive and very high quality. So we're going to ship those out soon. They're on order at the moment. So the next thing I have to do is just get all the sizing. And yeah, so there's a bunch of people that will be receiving those, which is pretty cool. All around the world.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's just a little thank you to everybody. So thought it was nice, and they're great. Jade saying they're amazing because she's seen the. I got a sample sent to me, so I've been wearing my little sample around. So it's been really fun. It's been really good. Got my Twitch one on today. Got my Twitch.
I love the Twitch jacket. Show the mug.
Yeah, I love it
you gotta
too.
show the mug.
Oh yeah, and the mug. They sent me coffee as well, which I don't drink, but my husband does. So he was drinking the coffee this morning. Said it was great. What up, Jazz? Nice to see you here. What up, Adam?
I love Jazz.
I know isn't he a legend? He's so great.
He was on my show a long time ago. I should have him on again. He has an editing style like no one else.
Right, I had him on the stream maybe like a month ago, I think, was it, Jazz? So it was really great to show my community his work as well, because it's very unique, and you know when you see one of his photos, you're like, that's Jazz's photo, like, which I think is so great as an artist, that your work is so recognizable. Like, that's incredible.
Well, and he has this ability that I can't do. He has an ability to do this radically high contrast black and white, but still feel like there's a ton of detail.
Yes, that's true. He's really nailed that style, hasn't he?
I love it. We got
Eric
Adam.
Cool. We do. Yeah, about a month ago it was. Yeah, what up, Adam? Nice to see you here as well, all the way from from Manchester in the UK.
Nice.
Okay, we're gonna get your website up while we're talking to you now. So there we go. We're just looking at your website. We're talking about you today, Steve, which is lovely.
This is gonna be weird.
Is it? Yeah, you're on the other side. The shoe's on the other foot today. But how about we start from the beginning? Because we know there's a lot of like aspiring music photographers here and other photographers that are kind of finding their path. But Old Mover, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Tell us a little bit about your beginnings. Like, when did you pick up a camera? How long have you been shooting for? And then I guess your pathway into shooting music and the other things that you shoot as well.
So my pathway into photographing at all was, I don't think it was that different. I had a son that was in high school and was in marching band. And this is one of my favorite photography stories, because I think it was one of the best lessons that I ever learned, actually. He was in high school marching band playing drums, and I went into a camera store at the time, and I knew nothing about photography, but I'm a longtime geek. And I said to the guy behind the counter, my son's going to be a marching band on a football field. I'm going to be way up in the stands. I want to be able to photograph him. What do I need? And he brought out, at the time, this was like 2007, maybe 2008. He brought out a Canon XTI and whatever the equivalent Nikon was. And I grabbed them both, and the Canon felt more comfortable in my hand. That's the only reason I shoot Canon, is because it was more comfortable in my hand. And then he brought out two lenses. He brought out a 70 to 200 2.8 and a 70 to 300 3.5 to 5.6. And he said,
okay,
you need one of these. You probably want this 70 to 200. And I literally looked at him and went, but the camera's black and the lens is white. Shouldn't the lens be black too? And I said, and this lens, this black lens is 300. That one's only 200. So I definitely want the 300. It was the biggest photography mistake I ever made, except, and I think it's the best lesson ever. I had to learn an exposure triangle and reciprocals like that, because I would be out shooting him at 70 millimeters, not knowing photography, and it would be exposed right. And I'd zoom to 300, and suddenly I'd be a stop and a third off.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why just zooming was changing my exposure. That mistake of buying that lens taught me more about photography. I can very quickly after that, I was able to go and zoom in and immediately know, okay, I need a stop and a third. That's 4 clicks, click, 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 and calculate my reciprocals to get the same exposure very quickly. So that limitation, that mistake, made me a better photographer quickly. And then I fell in love with trying to shoot in super low light, and I've been in radio for 40 years. So I looked at my boss at the radio station and said, you know, we get backstage to meet artists and we get meet and greets, and, you know, do you know if we can get photo passes? And he said, I don't know, go ask somebody. I said, well, they're going to want a business card, and DJs don't have business cards. The salespeople do, but people on the air don't. And he emailed me the station logo and said, make your own. I made a business card at a quick print place, applied for a photo pass to Heart and Def Leppard, and 2 weeks later was photographing Heart and Def Leppard, and fell in love with it.
Wow, I love that story. Well, it kind of is unusual. You're saying it's not an overly unusual story. There's a couple of things there. I mean, like, I love the fact that you talk about the exposure triangle and learning that stuff. That's something that I know personally took me a long time to get my head around. I'm not very good with the technical stuff with photography. It was more trial and error and playing around, and that's how my brain learns stuff. So, but you had this like thrown into a situation where you've got one lens and you've got to kind of make it work, which I think is also a really great way to learn. I really like being thrown into situations where you're like, got to figure it out, got to do it, like, and then you just all of a sudden you do tend to learn really quickly that way, don't you?
Yeah, you when you're forced to and you want the pictures to work. And of course, I was geeky enough that I was willing to actually go learn it, and I'm guessing a lot of people would just be frustrated. But that lesson changed how I do photography, made me fall in love with making quick camera adjustments like I need to do in live music. And then the one way that it's different for me is most people's first show isn't Heart and Def Leppard.
Oh, I think my camera just died, by the way. Keep going. Yeah. I'll just change my battery.
That's right. Most people don't start on a show like that, but I immediately just fell in love with live music photography. I tell people, if you want to really challenge yourself, one of the best exercises in photography I ever heard, and I've had people do it before in workshops that I do, is take one lens and go to a parking lot and challenge yourself in a parking lot to make 10 really great shots.